Hey guys, my name is Belly and today I'll be showing you how much money you need to live comfortably. What is your actual dream salary compared to the lifestyle that you want and how do you get there? This number is tailored differently for every single person out there, so keep on watching to find out how to calculate yours. So this video is actually inspired by an article that I read in Ellevest. Ellevest is a site that's made by women for women, all about investing, and they go over some of the things that you need to calculate this. I made mine a little differently because I put savings and unexpected costs, but if you guys want to check out the article, I'll link it down below. So there are 7 things that we're going to need to break down to find out this number, so feel free to pause at any time to try and figure out what that number is for you. So there are 7. We'll start off with personal expenses. So this one, you'll basically put all of your bills in here, whether that's insurance, car payments, phone bills, rent, groceries, whatever it is that is a bill and expense in your life, like a monthly reoccurring thing that you need for survival, you put it in there. Now with me, just to play it safe, I like to always round up things. So even if that's like rounding it up by 100, just because there's always tiny little bills that we don't include. Like I have an Audible membership, which is I think $15 a month. But like when I think of my bills, I will never think of that. So just round up because you always have little things that you pay for monthly. Next up in the category is leisure. Now this is how much money you'd want to waste to live a comfortable lifestyle. Comfortable lifestyle means that you're not like, oh my gosh, can I go out to dinner with my friends? It's just like, okay, I'm relaxed. Like I know I can afford my weekly things to do, my social gatherings, may it be. You know what I mean? Don't put a number where you're buying designer bags every week, but put a number where it's like good enough for you to work, good enough for you to live and have a social life. So don't be shy. If you know how much you normally waste in a week, maybe bump it up just a little bit just to make sure you're safe. And if you don't know how much you waste in a week, I'm actually going to be making a video which is how to calculate your monthly budget coming up shortly, so I'll make sure to link that below too as soon as I post it. Next up is unexpected costs. I made sure to make this a category just because there are always things monthly that we don't plan for. For example, this month I've already spent $750 on unexpected costs. Why, you ask? Because I lost my phone, and to buy a new one, the replacement fee was $250, and then I went to a dentist and I spent over $500. So these are things that I didn't calculate in my budget whatsoever, but ended up happening. So sometimes unexpected costs can be like, random medical or dentist bills. Maybe you had to take your car out to the mechanic, tickets that you had to pay off. Whatever it is that you don't necessarily plan for, I would put here in this category of unexpected costs. Even if you're taking a weekend travel, that might not be something that you budgeted for, so I would put anything under unexpected costs like that, where it's just outside of what you normally spend. And then we have savings. Now savings is a very important one because a penny saved is a penny earned. They say to already put an average of like 20% of your salary into savings. And all this number basically depends too on what you're trying to save for. Are you trying to buy a home? Are you trying to pay off your college loans? Maybe just save for a rainy day. See what it is that you're working towards and then build a number off of there. Then we have investment. So investment isn't one that I actually thought too much before reading this article, but it's very true. You want to spend not just time on yourself, but you want to invest money on yourself. Towards your growth, towards your knowledge. So investment can be anything towards a personal development kind of deal, maybe going to an event that would really benefit you in your networking, or taking a course. This could also be something like stocks, growing your portfolios, diversifying your portfolios, maybe investing some money in a new business startup that you've been having an idea. But the goal is like whatever you're doing, you need to be growing and you need to be active in your different streams of income. So make sure that you're doing that. So then we have retirement. Retirement for me is one of the easily the most important ones, just because it's something we kind of put off or we don't expect. It's hard to imagine us as an 8-year-old, but we need to plan for when this moment comes. Now, when it comes to retirement, I'm 23. The older you get, the more money you have to put into it, and the worse it gets because the less time it has to build up interest. But I don't have a retirement fund yet. So I want this channel to be a space where both of us are growing. Like, I'm taking you on this journey with me and we're both learning from it. So as I start learning and discovering more about different retirement funds, I want to take you guys with me because I'm very confused about all the different types and where to start. So I'm sure that you guys might have some questions about that too. Now, after you get your final number, add them all up. And don't forget about the 30% on tax that you're gonna have to put on top of that because you can't escape. So that's basically how you calculate the number that you're gonna need to live your dream lifestyle in a way that's comfortable, you have everything paid off, and you're smooth sailing towards all of your investments. So now you found your dream number and it's a lot higher than you expected. So what are you gonna do about it? Well, there's two options. There's either employment or there is freelancer. Now, if you're employed, it's a different story. So if you're employed, I would suggest checking how much you make and comparing your salary to other people on Classdoor.com or other sites like that, just to see where you rate. And if you are lower than the average or you see that there's some roomway, I would suggest, if you haven't, negotiating possibly a raise, or if you're not happy on where you are, change jobs, because the way that people usually make more money is by switching to other companies rather than building up from the one that they actually are. But if you love where you're at, obviously don't do that. Now, if you already make good money at the company that you work at, or you've recently already gotten a raise and it doesn't match the number that you want, subtract your salary from that number and see what's left over. If you only have, let's say that you make $4,000 a month, so you need to make $3 more grand. And I'm not telling you guys to just like go up and sign up for Uber or Lyft and start driving your life away or working your life away to reach the ideal salary you're looking for. The goal is not to work for money, it's to have money work for you. It's not to work for hours, it's to work by project. That way you get compensated a lot more and you get to choose your own time for it. So I highly suggest anyone that is already employed anyway to try and seek maybe a side hustle, develop a skill that you have, just because putting all of your eggs in one basket is very scary. But you should be having multiple streams of income, or at least looking to start making multiple streams of income. So this would be great for you to start building that up and seeing where it takes you. I'm not saying in the first month you're already going to start making your ideal salary, but once you start building it up and seeing that whatever side project that you're doing is gaining more traction and that you're getting better at it, it's going to be a really good feeling, especially when you know that you're not just depending on your main job for income and support. So with freelancing, it's a lot easier just because you get to pick your own price with it. But just think of it like this, whatever it is, break it down. So let's say mine was $7,000, right? If I work with web design, for example, web design to make a website, that's $1,000. So I would need 7 customers in 1 month. 7 customers in 1 month is basically 2 customers a week. So once you start breaking it down into manageable terms, you see that it's not as hard to reach as you probably once thought. Or if you're a freelancer that has low ticket items, like you clean houses, if you need to make over $7,000 in a month, you would have to clean 45 houses, which sounds like a lot. But again, once you break it down, you see that it's a little more than 11 houses per week and a little more than only 2 houses per weekday. So like I said, extremely manageable and within your reach. So in conclusion, it doesn't have to be scary or stressful to find this number and how to achieve it. Well, you have to start backwards. You have to see where you want to be and then start breaking it down to see what you can actually do now. And if you were able to calculate that number but you still are unsure of how to get there, it's okay. At least now you know what you're searching for. The worst thing is for you to just accept whatever salary is handed to you because you're like, that sounds good. You need to know exactly what you're looking for to be able to get it, or else you're going to be okay with whatever is thrown at you. And the point of life is for you to take control of it, not to let it control you. And when you're not in the driver's seat, when you're not the one calling the shots because you don't know what you want, then anyone else can step in and make that decision for you. So I hope you learned something, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below anything that you might want to learn more about, because I will research it. And subscribe down below because I am posting weekly videos. So yeah, deuces. Has my hair been like this the whole time? Because I